So good morning guys. So the thing is, as you all know, I've always stayed with the corded tools, haven't I? But now I've actually gone to the light side, or the dark side, John would say.
Definitely the light side.
Now obviously you are team DeWalt, aren't you, Pete?
Yeah, well, I do, most of my battery stuff is DeWalt. Admittedly got a bit of corded Makita stuff, but that was just down to the fact that Screwfix were having a special offer on them, you know what I mean?
No.
But,
and how have you found that so far, buddy?
To be fair, it's been invaluable. Invaluable?
Yeah,
Invaluable,
yeah. It's absolutely fantastic. Don't have to worry about obviously plugging in cord stuff getting wrapped up here when you're on the roof. Really like it. You know, it comes with really nice thin blades, so there's very little resistance. But the fact of the matter is, with corded stuff, when your blade starts to get a little bit dull, the battery just starts to struggle, and obviously with corded stuff, it'll just keep going and going. So that's one thing you do really need to watch with it. The blades are cheap enough, you know. Also, you can send away to get them sharpened.
And what's the battery on that, Pete?
This is 54 volt, 6 ampere on an 18 volt, and a 2 ampere on the 54. So does everything it needs. But you can get bigger capacity ones. I think you can get a 12 amp hour. If you buy two 6 amp hours, it's actually less expensive than buying one 12 amp hour battery. My philosophy with batteries is, as long as the last one's charged up before the next one fails, then it doesn't really matter, does it? So,
but it's really funny. I looked at different things before I went down the corded route. Cordless route, as I should say. And I did look at the DeWalt. I looked at other ones, and I used to use a skill saw, as you remember, many years ago. And then obviously I jumped to the Makita because the handle's a nice size, because being a big person. The next time I then made the jump was to get into a worm drive saw.
Yes.
So what I went then is looking on the internet what I could buy, and then I went to see Alex from Eriot Carpentry. And what I did is I went to a place, worst ever thing I ever did. I went to Tools Direct. But it was like a store. And you know, it's like when you go into a really cool place.
It's like Toys R Us for adults.
It is, isn't it? You can't. You go in with one thing in focus in mind, and you come out with 10. Believe what happened to me. So let's start. It's a little bit like Peter. What have I got underneath the table? So the first thing, which is besides having a cup of tea in the morning, first thing is it's really important on site. And what's the most valuable thing on site, Pete? Besides me and you, mate.
Well,
and
John.
Yeah, the guy behind the camera, thanks.
Yeah, Pete, Tony and the other one.
Look at this. I've been told, and I've looked online, that you can actually join these two speakers together, so we can have
in stereo, like
yes,
stereo around the site.
That's it. So we've got that one there, Pete.
Nice.
And I got this one. Now, do you notice I say put us, Pete? You know what I mean?
That's it. Yeah.
You know, it's always us, isn't it? The sound out of these is really nice, and I don't know whether a lot of people, we use a DeWalt one at the moment, don't we?
DeWalt one, but to be honest with you, it's been passed around the lads, and it's in better days now.
I know the small Makita ones are really quite powerful, and they've got a really
they're really
sound
good
coming out of them as well, haven't they, John? You know, because I know you're down that route. You've got a white one, haven't you?
Yeah.
So this is basically a job site speaker. Now obviously it connects through from your phone onto this, and obviously you can then do the radio through your phone, can't you, and stuff like that.
It's IP65 as well.
Is it? Oh mate, that's even better then. So let's just throw that away straight away, don't you bother about that.
Instructions?
Yeah, you don't want
See
those things. Now I've got to say, it looks pretty cool straight away, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's going to be pretty solid though, isn't it, Pete?
That's it.
That little battery then going to come out there.
Power cord.
Power cord in case you need a power cord on it. Do you know what? I actually like they're nice and compact as well, aren't they, Pete?
Yeah, but it's not like I say. You don't want anything too bulky though, do you?
No.
You know what I mean? You don't want it.
Well, that's why I bought the smaller batteries, because what I did do, guys, which I'll show you a couple of the batteries I bought the really big bulky ones, not obviously 54 volt, mine the 40 volt.
But
it's
40.
I think they're called XGT. I'll show you in a minute. I did buy extra batteries, but I was quite keen to see how this fared on. And I've got to make you all aware, guys, we are not being paid for any of this. We just telling you about the kit that we buy and just enjoying it. It's this true wireless stereo. I'm quite looking forward to this, Pete. Because you know I do like my music, don't I?
Oh yeah, too, but it's Smooth FM, happy days.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
So obviously this isn't sort of like an independent radio, it's something that can be linked with a device, then,
Bluetooth speaker, isn't it, effectively?
These are primarily wireless stereo speakers. I'm really excited about giving these a whirl, especially on the, you know, when you're on a beautiful day, you got the tunes going, just helps you work quicker as well, doesn't it, mate?
Yeah.
And then now the next thing I bought, guys, underneath the table again. Now this is what I've been looking
Drum roll.
for. Drum roll.
Can't do a drum roll with one hand, it's not working.
Now you remember me saying to you about worm drive. Now the handle's at the back, you see. That's primarily why I bought it, and that's the only reason I bought it. Because for me, having a handle at the back just makes it a lot more ergonomic, is it? Is that the word? Yeah, ergonomic to use. And I wanted to buy the steel saw, but trying to buy it, you had to buy it from the States, United States, and I didn't want all that palaver. And obviously when I rocked into the Tools Direct in Wales, when I went to see Alex, they had one of these on special offer, so I thought, gonna buy that. So I did. Let's have an unboxing of that then, Pete. See what you think of the weight of it.
Oh, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And same again. Don't need those. Yep. So straight away.
Oh, look at that.
It's a big old thing, isn't it?
That, mate. Yeah, I do. It's balanced beautifully, I thought, when the battery goes in.
Yeah, I love Makita, mate. I just like how they're built, how they feel, the weight of them, just the design of them. They seem to think of pretty much everything, to be honest. So.
Yeah, I do like the magnesium bed as well here, which is really good. I do like this. Is a decent sized handle, what I can see so far. You know, for me, that before was always quite weak. That's a nice, decent quality handle there, Pete, isn't it? I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
I like where the battery sits as well.
Yeah, battery. Well, that's balance, isn't it? You've got to have balance in any tool.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I like that.
Yeah, it's got a rapid clip.
Hook over nice.
Yeah, that's it. Has yours got that, Pete? So yours got that?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it does. There you go.
Oh, but look at the size of that.
Oh, that's baby hook, isn't it? That's hook. Look at that.
It's not the size, it's what you do with it, mate.
I love it, baby. But no, it's just like, I did think when I picked this up on the demo, when I had to mess around with it, I did think it was a really well balanced. And it's their XGT, evidently. It's their new sort of range with a bit more power and grunt to it. So I'd like to see how this fares. I mean, just by using it, I know it's going to balance really quite nicely. So I'm really looking forward to getting the old roofing square on it and banging a load of timbers off. But it does feel good though, Pete, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks solid.
It feels really well built, doesn't it?
Yeah. And just if you don't mind me asking, how much did you pay for the bare unit?
Oh, I can't remember now. But yeah, that's another catch. It's like buying a BMW. You buy the car and then you buy loads of attachments.
Yeah.
I had to buy the batteries and then the charger.
And how much do you reckon that was all in?
I reckon I spent about 1,500 quid on these 3 items.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, the radios probably would have been what, about 100 quid a piece?
Yeah, about that, I would think, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, you're looking at about 600 quid for the tool and the batteries.
Yeah, I would say.
So that's quite a big investment, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know
I mean? The one, you know what I mean? I'm really tight as well, Pete.
Yeah.
I hate spending I hate spending money.
Yeah, that's
you know, it's just like, and so for me to go and make this massive leap is huge for me, because I just don't do this normally. I've just sort of been hanging on, haven't I?
Yeah.
But it feels really well balanced at the moment. I don't know what it's going to be like on cutting a long rip down on a decent bit of timber, because I know some of the people who have done these tools and these tools, the cut isn't the truest, it's a little bit wavy.
Do you know what I think that's down to? Is the fact, because obviously it's battery powered, so what, like
the thinness of the blade.
The thinness of the blade. But the fact of the matter is though, I think for the sake of just slowing it down, because what you're doing is, I think you do stuff to sort of, I think you've got to retrain the way you sort of like use the saw. Because obviously with the corded thing, you've got a nice big thick blade. It's not going to sort of like, it's not going to have any wobble on it, is it? It's not going to be manipulated by the grain of the wood. But just for the sake of slowing it down by probably 30%, you're going to get that true cut, and that's what I've found over the time. Because obviously you're going at it like you do with corded tools.
You need to really let the tool do the work with those, don't you?
That's it. So you just pull it.
The other thing I've noticed, that's more like a runner rail panel saw as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
See the bed difference there straight away.
Yeah, mine's wider, and another reason why I also like this is that DeWalt do a 54 volt plunge rail.
Ah, right.
And this is also compatible with the normal rail that you get with the corded tool. So there's a bit more. You've got that little bit more compatibility.
Yeah. No, that's a fair comment. I think the biggest reason I bought this is because of the worm drive at the back here. Even though it might not be called worm drive, it's just for me. I just wanted to be able to buy a saw where I could from the back like this. And I do
think DeWalt do a rear handled one.
I know Milwaukee do, don't they?
I know Milwaukee do, because obviously that's United States and they're very big on that there. But I know for a fact that they also do a high torque version of this, and it's a rear handled one for a 54 volt. So.
Okay, I didn't see that, mate. But
just have to get. Can you lend me a bit of cash?
I love it. So basically, I went and got that, and then obviously those are the batteries that I'm talking about, the 40 volt XUT. Obviously, I'm going to give them oil, see how they crack on. The other thing is that if anybody else has got the DeWalt version that Pete was just talking about, I'd be interested to see what they say about theirs. And then I bought the smaller, that's the adapter for the smaller batteries, Pete, because that allows me then the smaller batteries can go into the radios they can't they, which we're going to use. And then the last thing, which I wasn't going to buy, but then
it was on offer.
Yeah, on offer. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So I actually used this saw. Dan Cox has got a saw very similar to this. So I actually thought, in for a penny, in for a pound, as you do. Now this is a bit more like yours,
that's it. So that's compatible with your
guide rails.
So to be fair, it'd be interesting to see if your 110 plunge saw Makita will actually do that. I'll be quite curious.
I've got the rails for that if that's the case.
Now I bought this because it was on really good offer, and I thought, do you know what, I like it. It's really quite a nice balance, and I can get my hand in there comfortably. Definitely a lot more room than some of them I've had. And then I like the position of the battery. Where's your battery yours, mate? Let's have a quick look.
Mine's rear mounted dead centre.
Dead centre, okay. Yeah, this is off to the side, isn't it?
Yeah, so
that'll be quite interesting.
So, like I say, I mean, the reason why.
I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me just split it onto there, mate, even though it's not powered up.
Best way to test it is just how it hangs on your finger. If it leans to one side or the other.
Do you know what?
Not much in it?
Not much in it, but it's really funny. I actually feel like, look, I know, I'm very fair. This feels better balanced.
Yeah?
You feel that, mate? I mean, it's just like your 50 volt pad, everything else.
No, that's nice, that, isn't it?
It does. It feels more, you know, like, and this feels a bit back heavy, I felt.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great, the one thing I've actually now, this has actually got some really good hand. It's really nice.
To be fair, I like it. Like I say, really because obviously you've got the handle and then you've got your trigger finger.
I like that.
We'll say one thing as well. I'm not a big fan of this little handle. I think a big-handed fella like you is going to struggle with that.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I must confess, I'm not.
Like I say, you say it's back heavy. But obviously, I've got a little bit more purchase on this, so I can counterbalance that. So I think that'll be
the other thing is I've just suddenly noticed the one big thing is I'm really into my fences, and I've got to say, if I had a choice between that fence and that fence, all day long it'd be this fence.
Yeah, but
you know,
one good thing about that is
that you can
extend that.
You can get a bit of wood to make it a little bit chunkier. That's why.
No, it's not that, mate. It's this here. For me,
it's
like this. This is really important. This like kind of there with this. For me, personally, the only thing I can see at the moment with this, I would like Makita to make this a wider and a decent set of steel. I do think that's actually really good. I do like that. Balance on this I think slightly better. I'm going to ask Pete to use these as well, and I'm going to have a go with Pete's DeWalt stuff as well, and then obviously John's going to be jumping on the roost with us as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to really smash them, reuse them around.
Don't use them as a hammer, like.
Don't literally smash it.
But what I think we're going to really give them a good hammer with the site work we're going to be doing now for the next 2 projects, and I don't really want to give an honest review until I've really done that, and I think that's what would be really nice, to get the 3 of us together, use all different saws, and then it would have been nice to have the DeWalt worm drive version as well, wouldn't it?
Go
on, buy one, Pete.
We'll go.
Yeah, Pete, come on. One thing I've noticed about that as well, that's got the AWS in it, which is the automatic wireless start. On the other side, where see the Bluetooth thing. So you can connect that to a dust extractor without it being plugged in. So when you pull the trigger, it automatically talks to it and kicks it in.
Yeah, that's very clever. Well done, Makita. I like that. That's a good shout, that is, John. So we're going to give them a whirl, see what they're like, and then obviously we'll give you a full in-depth review of what we think then, guys, because but yes, I've now gone to the light side, as John would say, and I've gone down the Makita route. I didn't go DeWalt, but we'll see how we get on. So we get in, guys. Battery comes out nice and easy as well. That's what I do like. One thing, your battery or yours like there? Yeah, nice and easy. That's one thing. Right, okay guys, so definitely we'll smash it. Thanks, John. Be on the camera. Boom. Thank you, mate. So, guys, definitely check out the channel. See you there, guys. Take care.
All the best.
All the best.
Bye.
Boom.